So I watched Ballerina. Excuse me. It's called From the World of John Wick. Ballerina. A bit of a desperate title, but that is the title nonetheless. So this is the first spin-off movie in the John Wick universe. I guess we can now call it the John Wick universe, the the JWU, or maybe the JCU. I don't know. Is there an official thing for it? I don't care. But yeah, so this is a spinoff led by Anna de Armas. Now, she's not a character that we've seen in any of the John Wick movies. Oh, also, I know that the Continental, there's like a Peacock series exists, but quite frankly, if you tell me that it's a Peacock series, I'm just gonna consider it non-canon. But yeah, well, I don't think we've seen the ballerina, Eve Moroccan, but whatever her last name is. So yeah, so this is technically an original character, but it is taking place within the world of John Wick. And the main thing that I will definitely give praise to this movie is that it absolutely feels like the world of John Wick, because you see the Continental. John Wick has this very interesting, like, heightened sense of reality where, like, the mythology and the lore of all of these different factions and of the Continental itself, it feels larger than life. It has a not a fantasy to it, because it is all very grounded action, but it doesn't feel like our reality. And this movie absolutely captures that, and it does it really well. The other thing that I'll say is that Anna de Armas, she's leading this movie. She's great in this. Like, she absolutely, like, is taking on sort of the task that Keanu Reeves does, where he's clearly doing a bunch of the action, and he feels believable, and you know he himself is doing a lot of these, like, super long take action scenes, and Anna de Armas is seemingly doing a lot of her own stunts. She is, I mean, I guess not taking up the mantle, because I think we're still going to get John Wick movies, at least another one. But yeah, she's absolutely great in this. And what the other thing that I'll say about this movie is that, unlike a lot of, the more recent John Wick movies, I would say, at least since, like, the third one, they kind of stopped caring about the story. Like, it very much did just become, all right, we're here, John, we're here just to see how Keanu Reeves can creatively kill people, and that's just kind of what we're here for. And the story schmory, you know what I mean? Who cares about that? This actually does take it back to, like, the first John Wick movie, which I still think is probably the best film of the John Wick series, where it's like you do have that emotional, core emotional story of him grieving his wife and of him getting revenge for his dog. I guess I won't spoil exactly what's going on in this movie, but there is a similar element here to where, our main character, Eve, she's not just going on a rampage. It's not just a situation where a bunch of assassins are being sent after John Wick and we got to watch him survive. It's like, no, there is a core emotional beat here. There are actual themes that are being explored. And it really does help, because while I like a lot of the recent John Wick movies, once you kind of get into the third act, I do find them to be a little fatiguing, because I'm just not emotionally connected to what's happening. And here in the Ballerina, it harkens back to the first John Wick movie, where I was invested and I was entertained all throughout, because not only do we have really great action, but I want to see Eve, do what she's doing. I want to see where she's going to end up. I want to see where the story is going to end. So that's another big plus that I'll give this movie, is that it actually has, like, don't get me wrong, nobody here is going to be winning an Academy Award for Best Screenplay or anything like that, but it does what it needs to do in order to keep you not just visually and not just keeping your adrenaline high because of the high octane action, but it does what it needs to do to keep you emotionally engaged. But yeah, speaking of the action, it's great. Like, it very much feels like John Wick. Like, Apparently, I heard this. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if I believe this, but like apparently Keanu Reeves, he invented the move of like flicking ammo out of your gun. Like apparently he invented that. Talking about this here. See a little flick? Apparently Keanu Reeves invented that. I remember hearing that in an interview, and I'm like, that can't possibly be true. But then I also can't really think of another movie where I've seen that. So maybe Keanu Reeves just is him. Maybe he just is him. That's crazy. But yeah, it's like the action here feels very Wickian. It also has that John Wick motif of like, we are going to just continue finding new creative ways to kill people, and there are some really sick kills in this. Like, I don't even want to spoil any of them because I mean that is part of the experience. But like, yeah, all throughout the movie, like people in the audience were going like, "Oh shit, oh my god," and we were all just getting like hyped because of all the creative ways that they continue to find to kill people. It also is interesting, with this being a female lead, like they do take that into account where, I mean, I don't know if it's a reaction to a lot of the like anti-woke, like retardation that has plagued movie discourse, but like, they do kind of go out of their way to address the fact that this is a woman. She's not, as strong as a man. She's not as physically capable. And so they kind of address the fact that she needs to find creative ways to kill people. And so that actually does add to the choreography in a lot of ways, where like Ana de Armas is kind of being like thrown around a lot. She's having to like use knives and and like hammers and stuff like that. So it's cool. I think even a lot of the like anti-woke people that are like, "Oh, woman can't beat man," I think they'll be satisfied with this, but also who the fuck knows? These people are mentally ill. It's like as if it's realistic for John Wick to do what he does in his movies. Anyways, I just noticed that in the movie, and I don't know if that's a response to a lot of this discourse, but even if it is, to be fair, it did lead to an interesting sort of thread in the movie. But yeah, man, it is a really good John Wick movie. I think it's probably my favorite one since the first one, just because it also had like an engaging story that I liked and that kept me not emotionally invested. So yeah, man, it's really great. Definitely recommend watching it if you like the John Wick movies. Oh, by the way, I should mention, John Wick is in this. Like, if that's a selling point for you, like, I won't spoil how much necessarily, but I think he's in it enough, I'll say, to where, you might want to check this out, even if you just want to watch it for John Wick. I think you'll be satisfied. But yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Even if you haven't watched a John Wick movie, I actually watched it with two people who have never seen any of the John Wick movies, and they enjoyed it. It's not you don't need to know the lore. You don't need to know the intricate storytelling of the John Wick movies because there is none. You can absolutely just walk into this blind, and it'll also be a good experience. So overall, I really recommend it. Honestly, liked it more than Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. There is no, they're not yapping about AI in this, so that is that's a positive, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, do all of those things, and goodbye.